All right, this week's video is all about delivery of instruction in special education. So, how should you decide how to deliver your instruction for your students? The short version of this is see what your students respond to the most. Honestly, do what works for them. The delivery of instruction could be different in every special education classroom, and really, you just have to see what works for your students, what they respond to the best. So, before starting off, you should decide how you want to deliver your lessons. You can deliver your instruction in whole group, small group, individual, one-on-one, stations or centers, or independent work. That's kind of usually the big ones. So let's break them all down by each section. Whole group instruction is great when you are teaching new concepts to your students. You can also use whole group instruction when assistants need to take breaks or their lunch, and maybe you only have one other assistant in the room. This allows the group to be in one central location and focuses on your instruction completely. Small group instruction, however, is also awesome when you have a related service member in the classroom with you, maybe speech or OT, that is maybe working with 2 or 3 students at a time. This allows you to work with maybe 2 to 4 other students in the classroom as well, depending on how many students you have. In an ideal world, of course, you would rotate through both groups so that your related service provider could get their IEP minutes met as well. So that kind of helps out there. A teacher can also use small group instruction to reteach those skills or target certain skills with a group of students that maybe need more practice or that attention. Individual or one-on-one sessions is another way that you can deliver instruction. It can be used to work on IEP goals or really give your attention to a skill and a student's progress on that skill. I may use individual sessions with my students that are working on life skills such as tying shoes, zippering their coat, brushing their teeth. This really allows that attention to be solely with that student and supporting them through whatever they need to complete that task or that activity. So please be careful also when using one-on-one sessions that you aren't supporting the student too much and you are fading prompts and supports when necessary. We don't want them to be prompt dependent on us. Also, stations or centers are a great opportunity for your assistants to step in and support as well. So there are other blog posts that I've done on my website for how to set up stations. For more information on that, if you want to head to my blog. Otherwise, stations really do just help promote that independence and working skills and their confidence in their abilities to complete those tasks with less supervision. So, as I said before, you can use your assistants to guide these activities or to take IEP goal data. We really want to make sure we do that. Finally, independent work is when your delivery of instruction, make sure you use that independent work because we can really build up our students' confidence and their independence in their own abilities. So you give them an activity that they can complete by themselves, and then you give them significant praise or reward when they complete it. I typically use independent work towards the end of the day, as I've found that my students do fatigue and they lose focus. So they are given maybe simpler tasks to complete to feel more confident in their abilities. So once they complete the task, they typically get some type of incentive or reward or maybe a break. So it is very motivating for my students. It's also a great time to work on perseverance. I know I may say things like, I know you're tired and it's the end of the day, but you can do this activity and then you can play on the iPad for 5 minutes. So that kind of just really helps break it up the day. So again, figuring out the delivery of instruction is going to be kind of what works best for your students and staff in your classroom. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching today's video. If you're new here, make sure to click that like and subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. Click the bell to get notifications for when new videos get released or I go live. As always, leave a comment if you have any questions.